Howard folk, my name is the Metagoblin and today we're going to be counting down some completely game-changing mods. Now, these mods basically, they're going to change the way you actually play the game in your day-to-day life playing the game. I mean, sometimes these mods are quite big, sometimes these mods are pretty small, because, you know, the smallest tweak in the gameplay of a game can have like a huge influence of basically how you play that game. So, anyway, be sure to stick around for the whole list, leave a like so the rest of my subscribers can actually see the video on their homepage, and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss my next video, which is going to be a mod, well, it's not going to be my next video, but my next mod list will be counting down some combat mods. So anyway, let's jump in. So the first mod we have on this list is the Disenchanting Overhaul. I mean, in a game, you come across these items with a very unique enchant, you think it's really cool, and you're like, oh, I really want that enchant, but oh, it's like a Dragon Priest, it'll be a Dragon Priest mask, and it's going to be light armor, and you're like, well, I don't use light armor, so I can't benefit from that enchant, or it's a weapon that you don't use, it's a two-handed weapon, so you don't use it, or it's a weapon that you just simply, or it's a bow, you know, it could be a bow, and you don't even use bows, and you're like, you know, I really want that weapon enchant. Now, this disenchanting mod will essentially allow you to disenchant any unique item in the game. So, you know, the ebony, for instance, the ebony sword with its cool drain life enchant and the fact that it gets more powerful the more times you use it, you'll be able to disenchant that and put it onto any other weapon you like. It also fixes some, you know, when you disenchant a robe, when you disenchant the mage robes, then you re-enchant like an item with that enchant, it will be slightly nerfed, the benefit will be slightly reduced, and it will basically fix that. So, say for instance you disenchant a robe, it gives you 75% increased magic regeneration. That is going to transfer to another item, and it won't be. Sometimes it's like it's about 75%, but it would be reduced to like 10%, and I never liked that. So yeah. For number 2, we have Relationship Dialogue Overhaul. This will it'll have a drastic effect on the dialogue in the game. It will change it completely. It will literally add about 5,000 lines of new, fully voiced dialogue using the current dialogue, files in the game. And what it essentially does is it makes all your followers just feel more natural and human. They're not going to say the same like catch lines and boring crap all the time, you know, like robots, like what you get, like Cicero saying the same stuff over and over again. When you like give him some armor, it's going to be like, ooh, you stop tickling me, listener. And it's just like, you know, it gets annoying. It's funny the first time, it's weird the first time, but then it just gets annoying. And it also adds follow options to a lot of major characters in the game. So you know, like Brynjulf or Carolina and Vex, you know, all those main kind of characters. You can, you know, convince them to become a follower. For number 3, we have the mod called Better Loot. It has essentially altered over 7,000 containers in the game, which is pretty cool. What happens is you're going to have a higher chance of unique items dropping in the game. What this is, you know, you may think that, oh, it's just going to make things a bit stupid, a bit ridiculous, a bit overpowered, but it really isn't. What it's going to do, you might open a chest and it's going to give you the exact same loot as it does in the vanilla game, but you just have a chance to be even luckier. So like you go through the chests in the game, you really like at the end of a dungeon you get roughly the same amount of items. You know, you get a unique weapon, the same amount of gold, but like this is going to, like, you might open a dungeon and you get 2 unique items, or you might have double the amount of gold or double the amount of jewels and that kind of thing. It will also alter the like sacks and ingredients in the game. So you're looking for your sacks, you will get a bit more loot, so it's going to be easier for you leveling your alchemy and stuff like that. Things like the urns in the game, you know, normally have like crap loot like free gold, but you still feel like you have to loot them because it's a little bit more gold. They're going to have a lot more gold, and yeah, so you just become, there's a chance for you to become a lot luckier, and it's still a very balanced way for the loot to work in the game. It isn't, you know, over the top or ridiculous or anything. For number 4, we have Amazing Follower Tweaks. There's a number of add-ons for this mod as well you might want to check out, which just change things a little bit slightly. What this is going to do is, it's going to, like, there's so many things that you want to do with your followers. Like, certain followers are like doing stuff stupidly in the game, so you're really forced to like go for a particular follower. With this add-on, you're going to go for any follower, right? Because what you're going to do is you're going to be able to manage the armor better, You're going to change their combat style. So say for instance you've got Lydia. Lydia normally goes in with a one-handed sword and a shield, but now and again she'll hold back with a bow. If you wanted to just use a bow and hold back with a bow, then you can, which is pretty cool. You can completely change any follower's skill levels as well. So say for instance you've got a mage follower, you like him because he has a cool story and a cool, cool voice lines, and you're like, well, I don't actually want a mage follower, so I'm going to turn him into a warrior with heavy armor, and you can just do that. You can just basically completely change that person's history and knowledge and that kind of stuff, which is a bit weird, but... And you can also do some weird fun stuff like make them dance, and yeah. For number 5 we have one of my favourite mods. It's a very simple mod called INEED. I think it's like INEED then food, water and sleep. Pretty self-explanatory mod title. It's a very simple tweak that will make the game extremely immersive. You will have to find and cook food, right? The cooking skill the cooking, it's not really a skill is it, but the cooking thing will become relevant in the game, because you need to keep eating to keep your health at its maximum amount. You're going to have to drink water to keep your mana maximized, and you're going to need to sleep. So, because like when you're tired or fatigued, you gain less experience. So yeah, then also there's other things like, yeah, if you eat raw food you're going to get sick, so you really do need to cook your food, and the cooked food will last longer. Well, it will last longer before you become hungry, and it's just kind of that add-on which encourages you to go into inns, sit down, chill out, and order a pint from the bar, which I really like. For number 6 we have Immersive Citizens. This will completely change these NPCs' behaviour, in the towns and around and about in Skyrim. In vanilla, if you look closely, if you follow a certain NPC, they will have like a daily routine. It might change a little bit, like sometimes they might go to a different town or something, but they all have a specific daily routine which they repeat every single day, and what this will essentially do is randomise that completely. The weather will also make them change their behaviour, so it's raining, they might go inside, it's sunny, they might go out and sunbathe. I don't know sunbathe, but that kind of thing. I mean, another thing that will change, have you ever found it like really annoying how, like, say you punch one guy in a pub, and then literally every single mob in the world will start attacking you, even though you can probably one-shot them? Well, it will change it so that there's like this, if there's a kid, well, the kids actually don't attack you, do they? But like if there's some kind of weak guy, like a random like shopkeeper, he will not just randomly try and punch you to death even though he has no chance. He will size you up and say, right, this guy's a bit too hard, I'm not going to kill this guy, I'm going to run away home. So yeah, it's another nice thing. For number 7 we have a very quick one which will change the game quite significantly. It's basically called Hunter's Reward, or Increased Hunter's Reward, which will, like, you get those animal parts like a mammoth tusk or antlers from a deer or a stag, more like actually. It will increase the value of that item, like the miscellaneous items, so you can actually just go out and hunt animals and make quite a bit of money. So yeah, it just you can become more of a hunter in the game, which again, it's like a small thing which can completely change the way you play the game. For number 8 we have Ordinator, the perks of Skyrim. This isn't a mod which just changes the perks like slightly. This will completely change the combat. I've got a few examples. There's a lot of cool stuff in this mod. I definitely recommend it. It basically creates a new game. You get benefits for like doing combo attacks, and you will have so here's an example of a cool perk. Like on a power attack you have a chance to summon spirit wolves. That's one of the perks. That's pretty cool. You have better unarmed builds. You can be like a proper monk in the game, and you have different kind of fist attacks and different benefits for doing that. You can, like, if you're a bit of a conjuration guy, your conjured allies can gain like new abilities and new spells, so the flame atronach can like cast different spells and stuff like that. You can make your own skeleton army, so you can have more than one thing summoned at once. You can, what else can you do? If you're more of a thief guy, you can blind people with smoke clouds and smoke bombs. There's loads of things you can do. You can like set traps. It makes the game feel like a completely new game. Which, for number 9 we have an add-on mod. Add-on whatever. We have Frostfall. I've talked about this before. This is a game that makes the fact that Skyrim is a frozen wasteland, well, it makes it an actual problem. right? So if you're walking on a cold mountain, trying to get to the top or trying to get over the mountain, I mean, you'll have to be prepared to actually make a fire and get warmed up before getting to the top. If you're going over a cold mountain in one go, it's not going to happen. You're going to freeze to death and so on. It's really cool. Like when you actually do freeze to death, you don't actually die, but you wake up in an inn and someone's like saved your life, which is cool. I mean, you also, like, if the weather is so bad, you might want to set up a tent, sit in the tent and wait for it, you know, the weather to get calmed down a little bit before you journey on. And like, if you don't keep warm, like, because you can keep warm by using a torch, you can keep warm by drinking some soup or some alcohol, your skills will actually suffer. So it is very important to keep warm, and the longer you play the game with this mod enabled, the more resistant you actually get to the cold, which is a cool thing. For number 10, this is a mod that isn't for everyone, it's more of a specific thing, but the mod is called Become a Bard. It essentially adds a new skill to the game, not actually in the skill menu, but actually in a book, which is pretty cool. And you get to basically go into pubs and play music, and you get paid for it. And then you'll get a free room if you're good and everyone likes you. And the more you play, the higher your bard skill increases, the more people will like you, you get loads of people applauding you, and then eventually you'll be able to go and perform for a Jarl, who will give you some nice random gifts. And what else? Yeah, you can play all the instruments. All the instruments are lootable items that you can actually properly use in the game through like I think it's a spell in your menu. And it adds loads of like songs. I think it will also add them to the NPCs also, you know, playing in the pubs and stuff. And you will actually have to go out and into the world and find songbooks, because you only really start with the songs of your home country. Say if you're a Dark Elf, you start with all the songs of Morrowind, and they're all kind of different. And yeah, but anyway, lads and lasses, that is the end of that video. This video. Check out any other videos that you're probably seeing on the screen right now with my end screen shebang thing, which is pretty cool. These videos I've specifically selected because they're very similar to this video, so you might want to check that out. There's also a video link in the description which links you to all my videos if you want to have a rummage through there, if you're looking for a very particular kind of video that I may have uploaded, and I probably have uploaded. There's a lot of videos on this channel. Anyway, my name is the Metagoblin. Until my next video, ciao.